started getting pizza and pie right here on Bite This before the show starts, my hosting skills have just diminished. You give me food and you're just, that's what you're asking for. I mean, that's what happens when I start to eat.
Don't be so hard on yourself because your hosting skills weren't that great to begin with, though. That's okay, though.
We got a tremendous show here on Bite This week. No Mercy is just 3 days away. 3 days away from No Mercy, live from Baltimore, Maryland, the first Mariner Arena. I can't wait. SmackDown exclusive. So therefore, we have some SmackDown superstars on our show today. We have the A-Train, who's going to be in a huge match, coming No Mercy with Chris Benoit. And we also have the Undertaker, who's going for the WWE Championship this Sunday at No Mercy. And the Undertaker's going to talk all about the biker chain match for the WWE Championship. We're going to get the Undertaker's thoughts on his huge match at No Mercy. I'm Josh Matthews. He's Dr. Tom. Let's get started.
Hey, have you ever been in a biker chain match?
I remember, no.
Yeah, you ever been on a bike?
Bicycle?
Yeah.
My chain used to fall off when I was a kid, and I used to fall down.
This is one of those matches I think that's going to set a precedent again here in World Wrestling Entertainment because you have two guys like The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar who really don't like each other, and Brock's the kind of guy that he's more or less an immovable object, and The Undertaker is definitely the immovable force here in World Wrestling Entertainment. So I think this is going to be a classic matchup that people are going to be talking about years from now.
Well, we got, like I said, The Undertaker and the A-Train on the show. Droz is going to be here, and I think Tales from the Hook is back.
Hey, you have grease on your run sheet.
It's because I got pizza all over.
Because you're a grease ball, man.
They give me this pizza, and they got cake and pie. We got all this stuff, but enough about me and my eating habits. Let's go to the phones now, because, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Droz. What's up, Droz?
Hey, how's it going?
Droz, Dr. Tom's back from Louisville.
Yay, Dr. Tom.
Hey.
You're the traveling machine, man.
Yeah, big traveler, man. How are you doing today, Droz?
Not too bad. Hey, did you call the other day?
Yes, I did.
Okay, are you going to be home later tonight, man, or are you out and about?
Well, I was actually, I've been home this week, but I called you.
Give him your cell phone number right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. It's
Okay, you're looking for my phone.
Sure I am. Hey, Droz, no, I just called because I read in your article about St. Louis.
Yeah.
Wondered when you were going and how things were going.
Things are going okay, actually. On the 27th, I'm going to head out there and kind of go out and, see what they have to say and what they can do and, basically play it by ear until I get out there. So.
Well, I remember the last time you and I actually discussed this, and I just wondered if everything got ironed out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
Everything pretty much got ironed out.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
We're talking amongst ourselves, kid.
We're kayfabing you, sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Josh.
All right, well,
okay.
just relax.
All right, very good.
Okay,
Josh.
Could we maybe talk about No Mercy? Droz?
Okay, we could do that.
Want to do your picks?
We could do that.
Let's do them.
All right.
All right, let's start.
Let's
start with Chris Benoit and the A-Train.
Well, look, I have to, I always root for my ex-partner. I hear he's going to be on today, actually.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I definitely have to pick A-Train. He's had such a losing streak against Benoit, and, they've been going back and forth for so long now. I think the time has come finally for him to come out on top of this and get the W. And I'm hoping and praying that it happens, and I'm sure it will.
Dr. Tom, who are you taking?
Well, Droz, let me just ask you this.
Okay.
What do you think has been holding A-Train back? What do you think is that one ingredient he's missing that's going to come all together for him at No Mercy?
Well, the one thing, you have to remember that, Benoit, of course, he's been in the business forever. What a great wrestler. But I can't say he's inexperienced anymore because he's definitely not. He definitely looks great in the ring. I can't put my foot on exactly what's keeping him back, but this match at the pay-per-view, if he wins this and when he wins this, I think this could be the stepping stone he needs. It's always that one thing that's keeping him away, and I'm hoping this will be his stepping stone.
Well, I think that Chris Benoit is going to be a great challenge for A-Train either way, but one match that I think is on a lot of people's mind, especially the superstars on SmackDown, the first ever father-daughter I Quit match.
Ooh. Well, the genius that came up with that one, I'm sure, of course, is Vince. And, I have to feel for Stephanie. The things that she's put up with over the years from her father, and then, the things that she's put up with over the past couple of weeks from her father. Vince, of course, is the huge favorite here, but somehow, some way, I think Stephanie's going to win this thing. I don't exactly know how, but I think Stephanie's going to pull a win out over her father. I'm not exactly sure how, though, but it's going to happen.
You know, Dr. Tom, you said that everyone on SmackDown is interested in this match. I mean, being that if Stephanie McMahon loses, she's out. She has to quit as the general manager of SmackDown. But I think that everyone in the WWE as a whole, I mean, even people here at Titan Towers are really concerned because if Mr. McMahon loses, he has to step down as chairman of the board of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, and who would take his spot? You, Josh?
Well, I mean,
God, no, please.
I have been in some I was in some meetings all day today.
Yeah, well,
I was in some meetings. I mean, there's been some things going on.
Obviously.
Okay, let's go.
You and Howie.
How about the Cruiserweight Championship hanging in the balance? Tajiri defending his title against Rey Mysterio. Guys, picks?
Well, you know what? If nothing else, the pick. I want to go with Rey. I really want to see Rey with a belt. But this, of course, I love the Cruiserweights, and they always just put on such a spectacular show, an athletic show, and I'm going to go with Rey on this one. It's definitely going to be a stiff match with the kicks that go on there, but I'm sticking with Rey with that one.
I like Tajiri in this one just for the mere fact that Tajiri has been a force here in World Wrestling Entertainment since his decidedly change in attitude, and I like that. I like the fact that he has those sneaky eyes coming back, and I like that everything he does in the ring, meaning Tajiri, has a purpose now, and I think he has a purpose in keeping the Cruiserweight Championship as well.
Tajiri's really changed his style. I mean, we've seen over the past few weeks there's kind of like the transformation of Tajiri. On another match that no titles on the line. This one's more about respect. John Cena versus Kurt Angle. Draws. Cena's been trying to punk out Angle for weeks now, but now he's going to have to try to out-wrestle Kurt Angle at No Mercy.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is a tough pick, and I'm not going to be held to these because when I write my article tomorrow, I'm going to make my picks. So we'll see, but
these are like preliminaries then.
These are my preliminary picks, and I'll probably stick with most of them. But, you know, right now, looking at it with Cena against Angle, with everything that's going on, I actually see the youngster coming out on top. I see Cena coming out on top. I mean, Angler, as we know, is an unbelievable wrestler, as they both are. But, you know, Cena's kind of been on a little roll here, and I think he's going to pull this win out.
Well, I think that it's a great time to be a young superstar here in World Wrestling Entertainment. John Cena has certainly made a name for himself over the past year. But I've got to think, too, that Kurt Angle knows what it's like to be on the winning side a lot more than John Cena does. And I think that the Olympic champion is going to pull this one out. I like Cena, but I think Kurt Angle's going to walk away the winner on this one, Draws.
All right. Well, the U.S. Championship is on the line, and for weeks now, Eddie Guerrero has been embarrassing the Big Show, and perhaps Eddie Guerrero is just irritating, making the Big Show more mad at No Mercy. They will go one-on-one for the United States Championship.
I've really enjoyed what's been going on with those two for a while now, and I mean, I'm sure everybody else has as well. But, you know, the one thing you have to remember with the Big Show is, against Eddie for this U.S. Championship, he is that. He's the Big Show, and, I mean, Eddie is on a very high platform right now, as well he should be with his wrestling skills and everything that's been going on. But I don't know if Eddie's going to be able to overcome the size and strength of Show. I mean, you know, if he gets running around him and wears him out, it's one thing. But if Show gets a hold of him for a while, it could be ugly. I could see Big Show coming away with a belt here, but I'd like to see Eddie win. But I think Show is going to come away with the belt.
Yeah, Charles, what I'd like to see in this match is Eddie's creativity in chopping down the Big Show, because Eddie Guerrero is one guy who's never put size up against any skill that he has. It doesn't matter how big you are; it just makes it that's the harder you fall.
Very true.
Yeah.
And finally, the main event, the first ever biker chain match, the WWE Championship on the line. Brock Lesnar defending his title against The Undertaker.
Well, just when you put that element in there, Taker's got the advantage. These matchups, usually I have a better idea, a better feel for this, but, you know, these two big men are going to go out there, and as Jared was saying, they're going to have a slobber knocker. And it'll be a great match, but it's going to be ugly. These two are going to tear each other up, and, you know, I feel that Lesnar's going to keep his belt, but again, you know, I'm kind of rooting for Taker here, especially with the chain match. So I think Lesnar will keep the belt, but it's going to be a hard-fought win.
Ooh, it is going to be hard-fought, and I'd like to see both of these guys go at it, and I do believe that Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker have a lot to prove, and we say that a lot, but I believe in this one that Brock Lesnar is going to have his work cut out for him either way.
Well, there you go. You got Draz's preliminary picks, Dr. Tom's picks. Draz, hopefully we'll get the real list, the laminated list on the internet very soon on
What if we
WWE.com.
laminate you? Yeah, I'm sorry, Draws. Hey, Draws, yeah, I did miss you last week when I tried to call, but hopefully we can get together. I'll give you a call tomorrow or after this show, actually, and find out what's going on in St. Louis.
Okay, man, sounds good.
All right,
Very
thanks,
cool.
Draz. Maybe we'll make it three-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
We
so.
love you, Josh, but not.
Right.
All right.
Okay, man.
That was
All right,
Draz.
you guys take care.
We'll talk to you next
Later.
week. We'll get the post-game wrap-up of No
Hey,
Mercy.
tell Taker and A-Train I said hi.
We'll do.
All right, I'll talk to you guys.
Certainly.
Hey, thanks to Draz kicking in his 2 cents. And actually, he gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cents because we did 6 different matches from No Mercy.
Wow. You know, Josh, have you ever tried out for ESPN?
What, like Sports Center?
Yeah, Sports
This is Sports Center. No. I was thinking like 60 Minutes maybe. Like I could be like Dan Rather, the future Dan Rather.
Takes-
that guy.
yeah.
Or, somebody.
Takes you an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes.
No, it takes 60 minutes. Actually, I TiVo it, so I skip all the commercials.
Oh,
so
great.
it takes like 20 minutes.
That's
Oh,
good.
plenty more still to come here on Bite This. The A-Train is going to be joining us. Hopefully, Taz is back from Orlando. We're going to talk to him about everything that went down in Orlando. And The Undertaker going after the WWE Championship. But before he goes to Baltimore, he's going to be right here on Bite This. Dr. Tom, how was Louisville? Tell everyone what's going on in OVW. Dr. Tom was there last week, as everyone knows, because he's not Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer was here last
Hey,
week.
did Dreamer bring his kendo stick
No,
last
he
week?
forgot it.
Oh,
Great.
man.
I walked in here real apprehensive and nervous,
Yeah.
and I saw it. I'm looking around. And
No
I
kendo
go,
stick,
I go,
huh?
I go, where's Tommy? And they go, he's over there. He goes, he has a stick? And they go, no. Hey, Tommy, how's it going? He didn't have it, so
Next time
it
we'll
was
bring
good.
a spin
So go
down.
ahead, Dr. Tom.
You know what? Louisville was great. I always like going to Louisville, seeing the young up-and-coming superstars, future superstars of WWE and the present superstars of OVW. And, of course, we have a lot of guys down there looking to make their way to the big time. And a lot of promising picks, a lot of promising hopes, and some brand new guys. A couple guys came out from California, and they are getting acclimated, if you will, to being on time, practicing hard, and not dogging it, because I hear sometimes, when you come to a new place, you think you can just get by on your looks alone, kind of like you. But the point is, a lot of great talent in OVW, and hopefully in the near future, definitely in the near future, we're going to see these guys jump on the roster.
Great. Well, as we are waiting for to
don't
talk
think you mean
to
great. In fact, I
the
think you're just
A-Train,
trying to stop.
let's talk about what's going to happen on SmackDown tonight.
is
The
gonna
last
happen on
stop,
SmackDown?
Cincinnati, Ohio. The last stop on the road to No Mercy. Tonight, you're going to
The
see
last
Chris
stop?
Benoit take on Doug Basham. Rey Mysterio takes on Johnny the Bull Stamboli, 1/3 of the full-blooded Italians. The U.S. Championship, Eddie Guerrero versus Rhino. I believe that's a non-title match, though. No, maybe it's not. The U.S. Championship is on the line? No, it's not on the line. Thank you, Phil Spear. It's non-title. Eddie Guerrero versus Rhino. But Rhino could be a big bump in the road for Eddie Guerrero heading into No Mercy. And, of course, we're going to have a special interview with the SmackDown general manager, Stephanie McMahon, on what could be her last SmackDown as the general manager.
What do you think is going through Stephanie's mind right now?
I don't know.
Huh?
I mean, she's in such a situation, a bizarre situation that I've never had to deal with. I mean, I don't think that anyone has ever. I mean, this is the first ever father-daughter match that we're going to see in the WWE in history, probably of professional wrestling. I don't think that anyone knows how Stephanie feels.
Well, you mean your dad never held you down and told you to say, I quit. Come on, kid, make you give up?
Well, yeah, he did that all the time, but that's when
Right.
I was acting like an idiot.
No, you're still. Anyway, you know what? I think Stephanie McMahon knows going into this match that her father is going to be just as ruthless as he is with anybody else stepping in the ring with him, because I think when it comes right down to it, family is family, but at the bottom line is business, and Vince McMahon quoted, he actually made the phrase ruthless aggression pretty much standard here in WWE, and I believe his daughter is going to find out the meaning as well this Sunday.
Well, No Mercy definitely shaping up to be off the hook. Joining us now is a man who knows all about SmackDown, all about No Mercy, the elite color analyst from SmackDown, back after a 2-week hiatus. He was in Orlando, Florida, actually making a country music album.
Oh, great.
Please welcome Taz.
Josh, how are you? Hello, everyone out there, ladies and gentlemen. I know you all love me. And yes, the new Bluegrass Taz album will be coming out soon, Josh, as you know. And Dr. Tom, I know you're a big Bluegrass fan.
Certainly.
You know, you and I, being from similar parts of the country, we have a lot in common.
Certainly, yes. Hey,
Wait,
Taz,
I you're from Texas.
I am from Texas.
Taz is from the Red Hook section of
It's
Brooklyn,
all
New
the
York.
same. We've been in the same place.
We're both Americans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Josh.
Can I just get one thing resolved right now, Taz?
What?
Because we get bothered here. No one can call for business at Titan Towers because everyone is calling all the time. Emails are jammed up because everyone's always calling, asking, when is Taz going to return to the ring?
Yeah, well, to get that answer, you could read new Raw magazine with Randy Orton on the cover.
Dr. Tom's holding that up right now for everyone to see that, by the way.
Yes, the hottest looking skaters on Randy Orton, Tom. Begging Randy to live the gimmick. And yeah, there's a big article in it, Josh, and answer that question. No, Taz will not wrestle anymore. He's retired. Neck hurts, and he can't wrestle anymore. He's an announcer. Question.
So that's it. We're never taking that question again here on Bite This. Titan Towers has never taken that question again. We've had secretaries quitting after every day because they get that question so many times. Taz, give us your thoughts on No Mercy this Sunday, live from Baltimore, Maryland, the first Mariner Arena.
Well, I was looking forward to try and push my Bluegrass album a little bit more, Josh.
Hey, let's talk about that then. Forget about Josh.
I mean, Josh, you know the name of the album? Do you even know the name?
The name of the band, ladies and gentlemen, is Announcers Blues.
Announcers Blues, that's right. And the band is composed up of current announcers in the WWE. Dr. Tom, I know you were a former announcer. I think maybe you do play any instruments, Tom?
Well, great.
He asked if you played any instruments.
I'm sorry. I'm watching Josh eat, and it's kind of throwing me off here. Actually, no, I don't play any instruments, Taz. I'm sorry.
Being that Josh is eating, that brings into a good segue. Josh, you're a current announcer at WWE. Maybe you could be in the band and you could play skin flute.
There you go.
Well, I've never tried it. I've never tried that before, but I'll try. I'll practice. I'll do anything you want.
Hey, let me ask you, could
It's
you jam?
amazing that you have no class or professionalism that you're eating while you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Listen, we get pizza now before Bite This starts.
So that means you eat it either before or after.
We get this huge pizza party with balloons and cake, and you know me, Taz, I like to eat, especially pizza.
Yeah. So Taz,
So in the band, besides me being the lead singer, and I also play trombone, Michael Cole plays violin and banjo, and JR, good old JR's in the band.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he runs percussion, the whole percussion area. He runs, and he does some of the mixing. He's into all that. You know, JR's got a big background in cutting up records. You know what I mean?
Great. I understand that you wear an orange cowboy hat. What does everyone else in the band wear, Taz?
Well, Cole, he wears a skirt, and a short mini skirt with high heels. JR, he wears the good old JR cowboy hat with an Oklahoma Sooner jersey. And at times, JR, he's trying to get away with wearing these blue jeans with the rope, with a belt, where the rope was a belt.
Yeah.
Kind of my gimmick, so there's a little bit of infringement. Anyway, the Bluegrass album's coming out soon, but look for it in your nearest Tower Records in the area in Red Hook. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Taz, you're joining us here on the phone. We're looking at a picture of you and Michael Cole. You guys look so lovely together. Joining us a little bit later on the phone is The Undertaker, a man who's going after the WWE Championship this Sunday at No Mercy. Your thoughts on this first ever biker chain match?
Well, it's going to be messy. The biker chain match, the championship is hanging in the balance, but what's really hanging in the balance is going to be a steel biker chain. And when you check out SmackDown tonight, you'll see that this chain can leave some marks on one's body, and it's going to be I predict it's going to be a brutal match. So after last week, I'd have to favor the challenger, The Undertaker, to possibly beat Lesnar. Because, Taker's the one who went to our general manager, Stephanie McMahon, to come up with this biker chain match. This is a match that was right up Taker's alley. But when you watch SmackDown tonight, you'll see that Brock Lesnar, he's no stranger to a chain. So, a lot of stuff went down, that's going to go down on SmackDown tonight. And I don't know, it's a toss-up from No Mercy in Baltimore this Sunday. Who's going to be the WWE champion? I don't really know.
Well, I think it's one of those things where both of these guys are big and bad, and Brock Lesnar realizes he's got his work cut out for him this Sunday. But somebody else who I think will have their work cut out for him this Sunday has to be Stephanie McMahon. for the first ever father-daughter I Quit match. Taz, how do you see this one? What do you think is going through Stephanie's mind right now?
I don't know, Tom. I mean, it's like, how do you get in the ring and fight with one of your parents? You know, how do you do that? I mean, what is this, like it's like a Jerry Springer show now. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, and let's go over the stipulations real quick. The rules: if Stephanie wins the match, Mr. McMahon is to step down as chairman of the WWE. And who could ever, imagine Mr. McMahon not, in charge of World Wrestling Entertainment? I mean, who could ever imagine it? That could happen. But the odds obviously are stacked against Stephanie. I mean, this match being sick and twisted, and Miss McMahon coming up with this is nuts. And if Stephanie loses, she will no longer be. She will have to quit as the general manager of SmackDown. What does that mean for SmackDown? Who will the new general manager be if Stephanie loses this match? So Michael Cole and I looked at it on SmackDown tonight as whoever, no matter what happens at the conclusion of this matchup, it's going to change the face of the business. It really is.
This match will have huge ramifications on the entire WWE. And, Taz, Dr. Tom and I mean, we were talking earlier about who would take over if Mr. McMahon was no longer chairman of the board, and Dr. Tom thought that I should do it. I think that maybe you.
I didn't say you should, Josh. In fact, I want to just get this out of the way real quick before we let Taz answer or whatever it is. Taz, I don't know if you heard the rumor going around that Josh said the reason you weren't on the past 2 weeks is because he choked you out.
We just. I'm going to let Taz go ahead and say whatever it is he has to say.
Yeah. Josh, it's possible for him to choke me out from the waist up. Put it that way.
Gotcha.
But I didn't say that because I said we just got done talking about the fact that Taz was in Orlando filming recording his music album.
Yeah, I realize that, but that's not what you were telling everybody around here. You were saying that was just a cover.
That's not true.
Okay.
When I see Josh around the studio, he's always running around and kissing somebody's ass. You know what I mean? He's always looking at just run up that ladder of success.
Employee of the month.
Yeah, employee of the month. That's right, ladies and gentlemen out there in the internet world. I know you're all close to your laptops and you're waiting on Taz's very last word. I got a a scoop for you. Yeah, Josh Matthews, employee of the month in Raw Wrestling Entertainment. And not for nothing, Dr. Tom Pritchard, I believe you were also.
He was. Yeah, you were.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, Bite This Announce Team is the employees of the month.
That's scary, huh? Wow.
Of World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that. What's the deal? Well, you can't explain how that happened?
Huh? He wants you to explain how that happened.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, huh? I ain't got a clue, man. They were telling me about it, and I looked it up, and yeah, I guess somebody put your name in there. Because I'm not sure how Josh got it. Hell, he sleeps at his desk.
With me, not for nothing, I hate to blow my own horn, but, with me, the way I walk around, when I'm at the office or at the TV studio, I'm such a gleeful man. I'm so happy, and I spread fun and joy to everyone. You think they both me?
So yesterday, there's a big baseball game happening, right? The Boston Red Sox versus the New York Yankees, and everyone in the studio, it's kind of mixed, but there's a lot more Boston Red Sox fans than there are Yankee fans. And dark clouds come over the studio, and all of a sudden Taz walks in. Everyone's cheering the Red Sox have won the game, and Taz walks in. Everyone sits down and says nothing and starts like they're working. It was really strange to see this happen.
Great story, Josh.
Taz walks in and just the mood changes. It's not just a saying; it's true.
Hey, that's also the title of the article I hear in the new Raw
the
magazine.
Mood changed.
Yeah,
the mood is about to change.
This whole company, every division of this company, that's all they could come up with me is the mood's changed.
Right.
And when is it going to change? No, it didn't change. It's over. Thanks for coming. But yeah, let me get back to that Yankee Red Sox game, Tom. Being that Josh is a little stooge. What happened was, I walk in the studio, I had some business to take care of, I had some meetings. Mr. McMahon wanted to sit down with me, wanted my opinion on a lot of the stuff that's going on in the company. Because, Vince and I are close, you know that, Tom.
Right, certainly.
And, so I was late, of course, an hour late. I told Vince, make sure he has a coffee there for me and everything. So, I walked in, and there's a break area, a little lunch area, and there's a big screen TV. And all these kids at the studio, I guess they're all Red Sox fans because they're from New England. They're all cheering the Red Sox. Yeah, go Red Sox. Yeah, go Red Sox. No. I go, look, I shut up. I stop them. No more fun. No more happiness. The Yankees are going to win the game. I walk out. I come back because I'm working as opposed to everybody else there. I come back. The Yankees lose the game. They're all cheering, high-fiving each other, acting silly because they have no lives. And then they see me and they get all somber now.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have that effect, Taz, and that's not always a bad thing.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Now I'm all riled up. See, now I'm all riled up.
Go beat somebody up.
What?
Go beat someone up.
Nah, I don't want to beat him up. I might sprain my shoulder or something. I got a lot of things to go. I got a lot of stuff going on in the hook today. You know, I got a lot of preparation before Baltimore, before No Mercy. I got a lot of things to do. A lot of people to run into. A lot of things I got to straighten out. And there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff that we're working on here in Brooklyn. A lot of stuff.
So I guess
you try to neighborhood. We're trying to make it nice here.
So I guess you don't want to talk to us anymore. So I guess that's the end of this conversation of Tales from the Hook.
Looks like the water main break. You guys know about that?
What?
The water main break that happened in the Bronx.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
That it might delay the little baseball activity that's going on tonight because there's a major flooding or something going on in the Bronx.
You're like our helicopter correspondent, like weather guy.
Well, how do you know I'm not in a helicopter, Josh? You know I own 2 of them.
Well, yeah, but I don't hear the noises of the engines of the helicopters.
Because I bought the new silencer blades.
Oh, you got one of those like Black Shadow helicopters.
That's what I got. Well, actually, the helicopter has like rubber blade,
Right.
Rubber coating. Tom, you've been in my helicopter.
Sure. Yeah.
Nice talking.
Hey, yeah, I can't. You know what? The problem is the audio here in Bite This just really lacks a lot to be desired, and obviously, I'm really doing my best to hear. We used to have headsets, but now
Headsets weren't cool.
okay.
They were like big, huge, bulky headsets.
I'm listening to a guy who has 2 rings on his thumb. Okay. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, Taz.
I'm going to have a meeting with Kevin Dunn about the whole audio problem there anyway. I mean, he's our executive producer. And him and I, we're golf partners and we're tennis partners, as everybody knows.
And swimming lap partners, from what I understand.
Yes.
What would you say? What?
You guys swim laps together.
Oh.
Unlike you, Michael Cole, who jogged on the beach in Virginia together.
Yes.
Well, that was in... It was in Norfolk, Virginia. It was a beautiful afternoon out. Me and Mike Cole thought that we could use some cardio.
What a better way to share your afternoon than running or jogging or prancing down the beach?
Well, we like to stay. We like to stay in tip.
They went for a jog. They didn't say they went running. They went
for a jog.
Well, Taz, you know that me and Mike Cole like to keep ourselves in tip-top physical condition. We don't, alcohol doesn't touch our lips, and nothing bad food.
The lip. No, but I know that the both of you guys, if people like you guys, look tight. You guys tight. You guys keep yourself clean. That's the deal with people.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, read between the lines, there, genius.
Yeah, we really can't hear you anymore, Taz, at all.
What?
It's like we can't even hear you at this point anymore.
I don't believe you.
No, it's really true.
Well, then how'd you know I said I don't believe you?
Because you spoke up louder.
Yeah.
Well, I got to go anyway. But listen, No Mercy's going to be off the hook. I myself will be off the spot at the announcement. Michael Colwell, he'll be sitting looking silly, wearing his clothes from the Gap, and I'll be wearing custom-made Italian suits.
Okay.
It will be a great show. We'll see what happens. Dr. Tom, you come to Baltimore?
Baltimore, no. I wish I was, but they won't let me go.
Damn.
I know.
All right. Well, I miss having you around. I just love seeing you on TV. You know that.
Sure.
We go way back, me and you.
Yeah, I know, man. Try and tell this kid he doesn't know what he's talking about. But
no, hey, let me tell you something, Josh. Back in the day when I went to work for Smoky Mountain and Jim Cornette, guys, I wasn't making nothing. And Tom didn't even know me. Dr. Tom, and he let me jump in the car with him, stuff like that. And I think that's the time you won half the tag team champions there, weren't you?
I was with who?
With Smoky Mountain. When I came into Smoky Mountain, you and Stan Lane were tag champs, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I think so at that time, yes. As a matter of fact, we were.
I'm some new jack in the territory.
New jack.
Push Commodity, won half the champion, and he let me jump in the car with him. And I don't have to, and I tried to give money for trans. He's like, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. That's a good guy. You see, Josh, you need to learn from veterans like that.
See? Hopefully he will, Taz. As time goes on, hopefully he will.
He won't. He's got an attitude.
Yeah, I noticed.
He's got an attitude. He's the next big thing, I guess.
Ah, very nice.
Well, thanks, Taz, for all that positive reinforcement there.
Right.
And we'll talk to you soon.
I want everybody out there in internet land to watch No Mercy. Watch SmackDown tonight. And No Mercy should be real cool. And a lot of stuff going on. And All right, look, I got to go. I got 3 meetings to go in, and I'm also shooting a pilot.
You're shooting and riding a pilot?
Yeah, no, I'm shooting a pilot. I'm actually going to shoot a pilot.
Oh, you already wrote it, though.
No. I mean, a guy who drives a plane, I'm going to shoot him.
That's real nice, Taz. We'll talk to you later.
Good evening.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Hey,
Wow, that was one of the rather long tales from the hook.
certainly. Well, let me ask you this. You probably know this. Why did Michael Cole shave?
He just wanted to change things up a little bit. I mean, I don't know why he did it.
Did he tickle you when he kissed, or
Did it? What happened now?
nothing? Just curious.
He's got that soul patch now.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's
that's
his
great.
deal.
Why don't you try that, man? That'd be you.
No,
then you guys
cool.
could jog on the beach together.
No, we do lots of cardiovascular exercises.
Certainly.
Well,
Okay.
like this, we still got the A Train and the Undertaker, so don't go anywhere.
Where is the A Train?
Where is the A Train?
I like
That's the
the A
question.
Train, man.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now via the telephone is a man who will go after the WWE Championship this Sunday at No Mercy in the first ever biker chain match. Please welcome the Undertaker. Undertaker, Josh Matthews, and Dr. Town here.
Josh, Dr. Tom, how you boys doing today?
Very good, very good. How are you doing today is the question.
Brother, I'm just counting the hours at this point. But
Yeah.
just waiting for Sunday.
Yeah, obviously, you and Brock Lesnar in the first ever biker chain match, and I think this match would have to favor you, and I've said it for the past hour that Brock Lesnar has his work cut out for him. I know Brock's a big boy, but you've been around this place for a long time, and you're accustomed to teaching new guys a lot of lessons. What do you have in store for Brock that he already hasn't been through?
Well, there's a lot of things that Brock hasn't been through yet. But first, I mean, to his credit, this he's a young man that's excelled far beyond his years. He's come along the same lines as Kurt Angle came up. Dr. Tom, as you know as well as I do, that guys put a lot of years in before they get to that level. These two guys and Brock have come along and pretty much, he's pretty much, just rolled over all the competition. And so he's got this incredible, air of confidence about him, and I guess, well, he should. He's done a lot more than a lot of people who've been in the business a lot longer. So. But I think he realizes at this point that kind of the difference between this year and last year, and I'm not going to make any excuses about last year in Hell in a Cell, but he beat me, and I got to live with that. But this year I'm healthy, and I haven't been involved in a lot of things this year, big major angles this year, and so I've taken that time to to ready myself for when the opportunity came. And, so my body hadn't had a lot of wear and tear this year. I'm healthy, I'm strong, I've said this before, I think at this point right now in my career, and it's a long career, that I am more mentally and physically prepared to be the champion than ever before. And, that right there should tell Brock Lesnar that he's going to have a long night ahead of him Sunday.
Well, no doubt about it, and you said it yourself that you really haven't been doing a lot this year, but at the same time, you are still a phenom and considered the phenom and leader of World Wrestling Entertainment. Is there anybody that maybe you can look at right now or in the near future, even if it is Brock, who could possibly step up in your position once you maybe even take a couple steps back?
That kind of, it's hard to say. I tell you who has a lot of leadership capabilities, and it's on the SmackDown side, is Kurt himself. He's another one of those guys that's come a long way in a short amount of time, but he has such a huge understanding of what our product is, and he's the kind of guy that goes out there and puts forth 100% every time he goes out there, regardless of the size crowd or pay-per-view, non-pay-per-view, televised, non-televised. He understands that that's how you build your markets, and that's how you make fans appreciate what we do. and he has a firm grasp of that. And I think he has, I think he has quite a bit of respect and growing respect within the locker room, for that too. So he's potentially one guy, and Brock, I think Brock as well, probably much further down the line. Brock is a kind of a throwback to the old school. I mean, he's a young guy, but he has a lot of the old school qualities. And even though I have to face him this Sunday, I mean, I have to appreciate that part of him. Other than that, we're looking for guys right now that really want to step up and grab that brass ring, and separate themselves from the pack. There's a lot of opportunity right now for guys to step up and not only be leaders, but be huge contributors to our programming. And not only do we need it, we got to have it. So, it's going to be interesting. But I have, I have no goals or no aspirations at this point of stepping aside or going anywhere. Like I said, at this point in my career, and I don't want this to sound cliche or you hear it all the time, but man, I'm better than I've ever been. I'm in the best shape. I'm as healthy as I've been in years, and with the knowledge of all the years that I've been here, and working with not being so healthy, I think there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to get a huge wake up call, about the dead man.
And this Sunday at No Mercy, the Undertaker goes after the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. But then Undertaker, right down the road after that, I mean, you think about it, WrestleMania 20 from Madison Square Garden will take place in March. I mean, what's your thoughts about WrestleMania 20 at MSG? What's your dream match at WrestleMania 20?
At this point, I mean, WrestleMania 20 starts this Sunday because I have every intention in the world of taking the WWE title Sunday, and there's nothing more. You can't ask for any more than to be the defending WWE champion in wrestling and main event at WrestleMania. I've done it once. I wasn't the champion, I was the challenger. So my goal at this point, my road to WrestleMania starts Sunday. I want to start by taking the title from Brock Lesnar, carrying it to WrestleMania, and defending it, at WrestleMania 20. And then, from there, who knows? But, the road to WrestleMania 20 starts for me Sunday.
On that note, Taker, I mean, how does it feel to have a flawless 11-0 record at WrestleMania?
I tell you, I feel very fortunate. I've been in there with some of the best that this business has to offer, and to, have 11-0 record is, it has to do with preparation and being ready and a lot of luck. So, at any given time that streak can end, and if it does end, I think it'll be a long time before anybody can even get close to it. But I don't focus on keeping the streak alive. I go in there and try to give the best performance I can, and let all that stuff take care of itself.
On that note, let's give some of the Undertaker's fans a chance to talk to him right now. Calling on the phone, this is Rebecca from Connecticut. Rebecca, you're on the phone with the Undertaker.
Hi.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
We know you've had a very successful career, and I was just wondering if you consider writing a book anytime soon.
A lot of people have approached me about books, and I don't know. There's been so many people that have written wrestling books, and I think a lot of them are done for the wrong motivation. I could write a book about the wrestling and aspects of my career, but a lot of what would make my book interesting, I think, would be the stuff that happened behind the scenes. And there's a lot of people that I would have to, name and mention that it's just really kind of things that have happened, and I think that it should be kept to the people that were there and involved in it. Although it would probably make very interesting reading, but I think to respect the people's privacy that those stories would entail or involve, I just think that I'm going to leave my book in my mind for a while.
Well, something I saw just the other day up in the office, Taker, was a book called Unscripted that I don't remember who the authors were, but it has some great pictures of you at home and talking about the tattoo you got on your neck on your throat of Sarah. and it pretty much talks about being on the road and what it's like to be a WWE superstar. And for a guy like you who started out in WWE as the Dead Man and came out with Brother Love and the $1 Million Man, you seem to have evolved all the way up to your persona that you have now. Do you see yourself at any time before you retire, let's say, not any time frame, but before you hang up the boots for good, ever going back to the old Undertaker that you first came with?
Well, that's all of a state of mind, and you just don't go back to being something, regardless of what people think. I mean, all of that evolved, and I have to, I almost have to suppress those thoughts. I mean, it would take something catastrophic, and maybe a series of catastrophic events, to the Undertaker to unleash all that again. And I'd really hate to see what would happen if that part of my, shall we say, that part of my character ever did come back. I don't think people would be able to really deal with with the return of that. I think it would be so severe. So I'm very content with where I'm at now. I think my where I'm at in the wrestling ring, like I said, I think I've got such a good grasp on everything right now that I'm very pleased with where I'm at. Hopefully nothing ever happens that would want to bring that back.
Let's go back to the phones now. We got Mitch. This is Mitch calling from Iowa. Mitch, you're on the phone with The Undertaker.
Hi, I was wondering what was going through your mind when you threw Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell?
What was going through my mind? Actually, I thought that Mick was probably going to die. I didn't think that he would, or at least severely crippled from that. I've described this a lot of times. It was almost like I had an outer body experience. I could see myself standing on the cage, and I could also see Mick flying off of it. And you can watch it on tape and film all the time, but it's you just had to be there to realize the impact and how violent the crash was.
Well, speaking about that, you're a guy who's gone through all these years, been injured, and you've gone in the ring. You've wrapped it up, taped it up, and as long as you could walk, you made it to the arena and for your match. Do you find, quite honestly, the new crop of superstars that are coming in WWE today, do you find their work ethic along those same lines, or are you finding a kind of a loss of the old school mentality?
I think there's kind of there's somewhat of a loss on the grand scale. Now, there are certain guys, and it's usually the guys who excel, that do still hold those old school qualities and know that this is, every time that you don't go out there and perform, that, you lose a fan. And it's, the guys, I think, that have the best understanding of what we have to do, they know they have to put it out there on the line. But there seems to be more of a trend with a lot of guys to get a little banged up or nicked up and, and take the easy way out. And, I don't have any respect for that, because that's not the way we came up. And, I believe if there's a way to get out there and perform, you get out there and do it. I think for the most part, our fans are, they don't really understand, because we do so many different things, in the sense of, they don't know what's what. And I kind of leave that statement at that, but they expect, when they pay their money to see somebody, they expect to see them. And I think if it's physically possible, whether I'm right or wrong, I think if it's physically possible, you go out there and you do the best with what you got. And, and I think once people realize that you're doing that, although the performance may not be what they expect, they have a lot greater appreciation for your, for what you're trying to give them, when they understand that you're going out there hurt, banged up.
Well, Taker, speaking of pain and things like that, recently the SmackDown Superstars were overseas on the Passports of Pain. Did you have a good time overseas? I mean, how do you guys enjoy going overseas, considering how much the WWE Superstars, and I say it almost every week here, no one works harder than our WWE Superstars. When you guys go overseas, it's even more stressful. But is it a good time once you're there and working in front of the fans out there?
Well, this was the first trip internationally that I've taken probably, I think, in a year and a half or so. So I had to reacclimate myself to international travel. It's, it's kind of taxing because you leave right after a TV taping, and you fly, you land, you work, there's really not a lot of downtime. And then you have to fly right back to make next week's TV. So it really is grueling as far as schedule goes. But it also, you're usually greeted with fans that are just rabid because they don't, unlike the fans in the States, they don't get an opportunity to see us as often.
Right.
They may get one chance a year, if that, to see. So when they go out, they're really appreciative of everybody coming over and giving their best. And, so that energy that they give us is kind of helps us get through a grueling international tour. But I tell you what, international is fine, but I tell you what, there's nothing better than being, here in the USA.
Well, you seem like the kind of guy that can't be at home too long. You still crave the action. You still have the passion for doing what you do. But with the success of The Rock in his movie career, do you see maybe that being on the horizon for you?
I don't know. If those opportunities present themselves, hang on one second.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I think we shall, Dr. Tom. We could talk about the pizza.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
He's back.
It's I don't pursue that. If the opportunities come up, they come up. My money and my career is is earned in the wrestling ring. So that's where I try to focus things. And if those extracurricular projects come up, then I entertain them. But by no means do I have any aspirations of being a huge movie star. I've done a few things, and quite honestly, they're long, boring days, and I'd rather go in there and spend my 20, 30 minutes in the ring and get knocked around and knock a few people around and call it a day.
Well, I think the fans enjoy you right where you are, Undertaker. Right now, let's go to another one of those fans. This is Matthew calling from Oklahoma. Matthew, you're on the phone with a man who will go after the WWE Championship this Sunday at No Mercy, The Undertaker.
Undertaker, first off, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart and all the fans out there for going out there and putting your body on the line for us every night to entertain us. I just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, my question is of your 11 matches you've had at WrestleMania, I was just wondering which one of those 11 would you choose as your favorite and why?
I really enjoyed. Let's see. I really enjoyed the match that I had with Triple H at 17 in Houston. Triple H at the time I thought was probably the top guy in our industry. He was pretty much untouchable, and probably probably was the favorite going into that match. And then you put on top of that I was in my hometown and in front of my hometown audience, and just the atmosphere of the whole thing really sticks out in my head. I have to, I enjoyed WrestleMania 13 in the sense that I became WWE champion. I don't think the match itself was that great, but it was still, I still won the championship. I think that was my second title reign. The first one, against Jimmy Snuka, WrestleMania 7, I think it was. Just because it was my first. I mean, it's hard to really sit down and pick one out that stands out above any of the others. There's little things about all of them that really make them special.
Well, I think there's at WrestleMania 20, there's going to be a lot of special happenings, no doubt. But Going along those lines, our next guest on Bite This today will be the A-Train, and it's no secret that as a leader and a mentor back in the locker room, a young guy like A-Train would definitely have to look up to you and respect you immensely. I know he's been in the ring with you, and you can't help but learn as well. Can you give us some thoughts on a guy like A-Train, or even Orlando Jordan, or Nathan Jones, for that matter, that you also helped along the way? Where do you see these guys within the next, 5 years?
Well, out of all three of the names that you mentioned, I think A-Train right now is probably the closest to being breakout. He's got all the physical tools. This guy, you really can't appreciate the size of the A-Train until you're there in the ring with him.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's got incredible physical gifts. He's like 6'7", 340 pounds, and can move like a cat. Strong as an ox, and overall, he's a really tough guy. I think he's just missing, one or two little key elements, and he's really close there. This is one of the guys that, even though I've been in the ring with him quite a bit, that I keep an eye on, and because I think he's like one of the next big, especially for the big men, he's gonna be a breakout guy real soon. And I think once he grasps and has the confidence within himself and realizes what he is, and that is a monster, it's going to be, he's going to give a lot of guys a lot of long nights. Orlando Jordan, he's got a lot further to go, but here's a guy who's got a lot of charisma, a lot of natural ability. It's just going to take him a little longer because he hasn't been at it as long to develop and realize what the product is and how to take all of the tools that he's got and showcase them. Nathan, here's another guy that's got a huge amount of charisma and just very intimidating person. This guy is as tall as me. He's built, he's probably 20, 30 pounds heavier than I am. He's just got to find his niche within the ring itself. I think Nathan could be, he could be a really, really big, a really big name within the WWE. It's up to him, I think.
And then there's guys who Dr. Tom always talks about after he gets back from Ohio Valley Wrestling, guys down there that are, getting ready to make the transition here to World Wrestling Entertainment. So a lot of young superstars ready to emerge.
One of those guys I think are going to be Matt Morgan. I don't know if you got a chance to look at him yet in Undertaker, but he's a big boy, and he's got a lot of promise, and I think he's another guy who, as you said, will probably give a lot of guys long nights once he reaches the ranks.
Yeah, it's funny you guys mentioned that. These guys were all with us the other night at the TV taping. They all came up, and quite a few of them worked out in the ring, and I actually got in the ring and worked. Well, I didn't get in the ring, but I watched them work and critiqued them and give them some suggestions of what to do. There's another kid also, I think, that's probably just about ready to make the move. Is you probably know his real name, Horseshoe.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. This guy right now, I think, is the head of the class coming out. I think this guy is ready to make the move right now. Good size, good. He's got a lot of. He's just got that aura about him that he looks like he's a WWE superstar. I saw Matt, and you're right. He is going to be a player one day. He still needs a little bit of time to develop his confidence and really get a niche for what he wants to present. But you're right. He's a great athlete. You just can't. What's the old basketball cliche? You can't coach size. This guy's like a walking mountain anyway. So there's a lot of young, big guys that are sitting back there, and hopefully they they get it together and get up to the show, man.
Undertaker, let me ask you, just listening to you talk, when your in-ring career is over, is there any thoughts to being an agent or anything like that? Just listening to you talk about these young guys, it sounds like, obviously you have so much to give. Any thoughts of being an agent once your in-ring career is perhaps over?
I don't have any real aspirations about doing that. I do a lot of it now on given days. if my schedule presents, I try to get out there early in the day at the arena and work with the guys. I'm trying to do it as I progress in my career. I don't know that once I hang the boots up that I'm going to want to do that. Who's to say? But there's other opportunities and there's other things that I might want to pursue after my career's over. But I'm trying to do it as I go because right now I'm able to get in there and I'm able to work with them and show them a few things and I have a pretty good grasp right now of where our product's at. So I think right now is the most opportune time for me to do that. So.
And, of course, your in-ring career is far from over. This Sunday at No Mercy, The Undertaker will challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Undertaker, any final comments on this huge match? I mean, fans, make sure you turn into SmackDown tonight. You won't be disappointed. But, Undertaker, any final comments heading into this huge match, Baltimore, Maryland, this Sunday at No Mercy?
No, man, I'm just, like I said, I'm just counting the hours down at this point. I've said it before. I said I'm focused. I'm ready. I got no excuses for any loss, and I'm prepared to win. I think Brock Lesnar is a little bit more nervous this year than he was last. I think he knows that I'm healthy and I'm hungry. Like I said, I've had a very slow year as far as angles and issues. So I've used that time to prepare myself for this one match, man. So I have a feeling it's going to be a very long night for Brock Lesnar come No Mercy.
And fans, you're not going to want to miss it. No Mercy live this Sunday. Undertaker, we'd just like to thank you for joining us here on Bite This. I know you got a lot going on, especially with this upcoming weekend coming to WWE Championship shots. So once again, thank you very much. I know the fans appreciate it, and Dr. Tom and myself really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Guys, thanks for having me, and tune in Sunday. It's going to be awesome.
Good luck on Sunday.
Peace.
Yep. Thank you once again to The Undertaker. Big match this Sunday, WWE Championship on the line.
It's really a stretch, Josh, from going in-ring to an agent, and of course, what are you pointing at? Special guest?
I think we have none other.
It doesn't look like. Is that Jesse Ventura?
I'm not quite sure there, Dr. Tom.
I thought that was. Wait, hold on. That's not Marv Albert. No. Excuse me. I got you mistaken. But the point is, thank you very much. That's our studio audience. The point is, it's a huge step from being a performer and then getting to be an agent. You not always do the best players make the best coaches, obviously, but someone like The Undertaker, I think, would make that transition seamlessly. But at the same time, there's just as much stress, if not more, being an agent on the road with WWE superstars.
Speaking of stress, one man who I don't think he, I think he handles stress very lightly. He's got a big match this Sunday at No Mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the A-Train. A-Train, Josh Matthews, and Dr. Tom here.
Dr. Tom, what's going on?
A-Train, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. We just got off the phone with The Undertaker, and he had some very complimentary words speaking about your ability and where you're going to be heading in World Wrestling Entertainment. You seem to be doing very well right now. And this Sunday at No Mercy, you're going to have a tremendous test against Chris Benoit.
It's a tremendous test. It's a tremendous opportunity. It's a chance for me to step up to that next tier and become even a bigger superstar within the WWE, and we'll see what happens. Looking forward to it.
It will be the A-Train one-on-one with Chris Benoit this Sunday at No Mercy. And A-Train, it's been a while since you've been here on Bite This. Let's talk a little bit about your background. You played football for the University of Pittsburgh. What was that like?
It was great. It was a great time. I had some great memories, met some great people, and got a pretty good education at the same time. And that's something I'd never change. There was some good times those years.
One thing I've really noticed that early in your career, when you first came here to WWE, you had this attitude of wanting to learn and wanting to do the right thing. And as you've gained more confidence through the years, I think that, and Undertaker just got done saying this, I think that you're right on the brink of being that breakthrough star. Do you think that this Sunday will be your make or break match, in your opinion?
I think it's a big opportunity for me, but any given day, anyone can get a victory over anyone. So I don't want all my eggs in one basket, but it's definitely a goal of mine to beat one of the best in Chris Benoit. As we all know, he I think he's one of the best technical wrestlers out there. So I think for me to beat him, definitely step me up into the next level.
Well, you'll definitely get that chance this Sunday. H, let me ask you about this. What do you feel about the brand extension, considering that you've got the opportunity to wrestle on 2 straight SmackDown exclusive pay-per-views?
What do I think about it? I think it's a great opportunity for myself as well as get the opportunity to really showcase our talents. And
oh, I think we lost the A-Train.
No
The
A-Train?
A-Train has been lost. The A-Train has run off the tracks, as
I think you
they
run
would
off the
say.
tracks,
No,
man.
no, A-Train, get
No,
it?
you're off
A-Train,
the
we
tracks,
lost him,
man.
disconnected.
Why don't you get under an A-Train? Just lay on the tracks,
No,
Josh.
no, I had lots more
Cut off your
questions to
hand or
ask the
something,
A-Train.
man.
But while we're waiting to get the A-Train back on the phone, Dr. Tom, this Monday night on Raw, live from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, the World Heavyweight Championship, Goldberg versus Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
That's going to happen this Monday at Raw. We'll talk about that after
We've got A-Train
we
back on
talk
the
to
phone.
our phone guest, the A-Train. A-Train, sorry, I guess you got derailed.
I got derailed. That's a good one,
Yeah,
Josh.
he's
Good one, buddy.
really funny, man. You ought to try sitting by him. Hey, you know what? It seems like there's more opportunity right now in World Wrestling Entertainment than ever before, and this is a time for everybody to step up to the plate. This Sunday, once again at No Mercy, you have the opportunity to go against one of the most respected, or one of the most respected wrestlers, performers, superstars in WWE history in Chris Benoit. Do you see this, I already asked you if you saw it as a match make or break, but do you see this as an opportunity to get that respect from Benoit and everyone else in the locker room that you've been wanting for so long?
Absolutely. I absolutely feel that way, To get the respect from Benoit that's an incredible opportunity right there, and as well as your locker room mates. Here I am going against who I think is the best technical wrestler today, and he only knows one speed, and that's full speed ahead, and he just doesn't quit. And he's a man. He just knows it all. He can technical wrestle. He can ground and pound. So I did a lot of studying on him, and for me to beat him, like I said before, it definitely puts me to the next level.
Right, and concrete you as a focal point on SmackDown, and A-Train, recently the SmackDown superstars headed over to Europe for the Passports of Pain tour. Did you enjoy the events that happened overseas?
Oh, what a great time it was. Just to work in front of those people who don't get to see us as often, and they're just so responsive, and just to see new areas as well. I really swallowed it all up. Had a great time.
Cool.
Very cool. Hey, I know we're jumping around here, but this is the way we do it on Bite This.
Oh yeah, it's a train wreck.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk a little bit about Killer Kowalski, one of your early mentors, one of the guys who I guess you learned from early on. Have you talked to Killer lately? And he's definitely got to be proud of your progress, wouldn't you think?
Oh yeah, I just saw Killer not too long ago. We were at the Fleet Center in Boston, and it's always great to see him, and he always gives me some good words of advice and wisdom. But he tells me he's proud of me, and he's had many students come out of his school there. But he's a great guy, and he's still going strong, still teaching.
Well, great.
Yeah.
And A-Train, should you beat Chris Benoit this Sunday at No Mercy, you got to look towards what's going to be happening in March. It will be WrestleMania 20. What are your thoughts on WrestleMania 20 live from Madison Square Garden?
Wow, what an opportunity. It's going to be a stacked card, I'm sure. Just to be able to have the opportunity to be on that would be great, and especially at Madison Square Garden. That's always a special place. It's someplace I used to always watch when I was a kid and dream about, working there and at the time the Boston Garden. Mm-hmm. And to be able to do the both and also maybe have the opportunity to do it at our biggest card yet, that'd be great.
Any dream match for that WrestleMania 20 that you'd like to
Any
see?
dream? Hell, I'd like to be going for the gold. That'd be great, But you got to keep working away and plugging away and see what happens.
All right, H, we got some email questions for you here. We got one from Justin of Queens, New York. You've had so many partners in the past. Do you miss being in the tag team division, or do you feel more comfortable in a singles role?
I enjoy the singles role a little bit more now. I definitely had fun with a few of my partners in the tag team division, but it's kind of when you're a singles guy, it's kind of make it or break it on your own. You don't got to rest on anyone else, and just it's all up to you. And I like that right now.
Very true. We talked to your old partner every week here on Bite This, Draws.
Oh, Draw says hello, by the way.
That's
A-Train.
right.
That's my man right there.
Yes, sir. I wanted to make sure we passed that greeting along to you. But again, now that you are a singles competitor, is there anybody that you can even look at on the roster that you would consider hanging out with or travel with or pretty much spend your time with on the road?
We got a bunch of good guys. Right now I've been traveling with Rhino, and we've been sharing some more stories, and he's a hell of a guy. And, I try to keep to myself for the most part and lay low and do the right thing. But my travel partner this far has been Rhino, and we have a good time traveling up and down the roads together. He's telling me some those ECW war stories, and it's enjoyable.
Rhino, that guy's an animal.
Gosh, man, you're killing me today.
Yeah, he is killing you, man. Hey,
How do you put up with him, Dr. Tom?
Have you been to Mexico lately, by the way?
Have I been to where?
In Mexico.
No, I have
Never
not.
mind.
But I'm looking forward to going.
Yes, because you know how to work that side already. Anyway.
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do.
Well,
Very nice.
A-Train has a huge match this upcoming Sunday at No Mercy. SmackDown presents No Mercy, one-on-one with Chris Benoit. A-Train, any final thoughts on this huge match come No Mercy this Sunday?
It's going to be a great match. I can promise you that. I know Benoit's coming for a big win, and I'm coming for even a bigger win, and we're going to, we got some heat between us right now, so we'll see what happens. But I'm bringing my A game. I know he'll bring his A game.
You're bringing the A-Train, too.
Bringing the A train too.
Well,
Bring
A-Train,
something for me.
listen, best of luck to you this Sunday. Looking forward to seeing it. Can't wait for Baltimore this upcoming Sunday for No Mercy.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Best
Okay.
of luck.
All right, that was the A-Train. I had so many good train. I didn't even know I had that many good train
Why don't you
jokes.
try a hot poker in the eye one day?
They just come. It's like they just come at the top of my head. They just. I like just
like she said,
filled
they come
with
out of your
jokes.
top of your head.
Filled with jokes.
Yeah, your
but
jokes.
the show has now lasted 10 minutes too long, and I don't get paid in
real quick.
overtime.
What did one cannibal say to the other cannibal while he was eating the comedian?
I don't know.
Does this taste funny to you?
What's the difference between Jeffrey Dahmer and Neil Armstrong?
I don't know.
Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. Jeffrey Dahmer ate people. I got your laugh.
That's great. That's good.
So next week, right here on Bite This, it is going to be a Legends show. A Legends show featuring. I actually can't take credit for that joke. Actually, I can't. That is actually a Tony Chimmel classic right there. It's a Tony Chimmel show.
There's a great article on Chimmel in here too.
The last month's WWE magazine had an article on Chimmel.
Doesn't matter.
All right, well, the show ended with the A-Train, and it's now ending with a train wreck.
Yes.
Next week, right here on Bite This, it's going to be a Legends show. What that means, I don't exactly want to tell you right now. Just tune in next week. It's going to be about 90 minutes, about as long as today's show was.
You got confirmed
Oh, no,
guests
I
over
know.
there,
I don't
man.
want. I just want to really, what we're going to do. We're going to have lots of guests. We're going to have Sergeant Slaughter, Fabulous Moolah, Nikolai Volkov, and many, many more. I mean, as you can tell,
really
it's a
hoping
Legends show. We got
one,
Legends, so it's
man.
pretty much going to be a Legends
Hey,
show.
what about Howard? Howard will
Dr.
be here
Tom, the
next
Legend,
week.
will be here. Howard Finkel, the Legend, and myself. I don't really know how I belong here. Maybe I can
You're
get
a
next Thursday.
legion.
Maybe I can get next Thursday off because it'll be a Legends show. So I don't tune in. Maybe I'll be
just
here.
take all week
Maybe
off.
I
Let's go all
won't.
year.
We'll see you at No Mercy.
Did you leave now?